Welcome back, guys. This is episode 2 of season 2 of the Immigration Status podcast. I'm your host, Myron Turner. Excited to bring you yet another intriguing episode. Today, we're switching things up a little bit, though, talking about food. All right, we want to know about all the herbs and spices that make New Zealand taste good. We're talking to someone very special to me, Vimal Dsouza, all the way from Udupi, India. Stay tuned. All right. Thank you, Vimal, for coming to the Immigration Status podcast. And before I get into all the thanks to you, I want to give a big thanks to our sponsors, the Ministry of Ethnic Communities. Love you guys. The Navigators Group. Love you guys. And also, I want to thank the Campfire Studios for providing this wonderful studio to do this podcast in. Let's get straight into it. You actually have been here for 16 years. Yeah. 16 years from Udupi. Now, you told me that Udupi is the province inside of what?
Karnataka.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try this. I'm going to get it.
It's Karnataka.
Karnataka. Karnataka.
Yeah.
Karnataka.
Yeah, that's right.
Karnataka.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm very American.
Yeah.
It's Karnataka, India.
Yeah.
But Udupi is the province in that area.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you've been here for 16 years. Why don't you take us from the top and tell us, a little bit about what it's like in that part of the world? What is it like in Karnataka?
Karnataka is, especially Udupi, it's an academic institution. Research institution. We got all these medical centers, the hospitals, like all the foreigners coming there to study. It's called Manipal. It's a Manipal institution, and that's where I did my nursing from. And it's more famous for food. Beaches and temples, like a lot of we got more percentages Hindu people in India, so temples and the beautiful temples there, and a lot of tourists, they come over there because Manipal is very close to Udupi. I did my nursing there, and then I came to Mumbai. I did not work in Manipal. I came to Mumbai. That was 1993 when I finished my nursing in 92.
Oh.
Yeah. I was working for one of the British hospital. It's Breach Candy Hospital. And very popular. Only rich people can go there, not ordinary people.
Okay.
Yeah. I lived there. I worked over there. I got married over there. Everything. So from 1993, I always lived in Mumbai. It was Bombay, and then in 1995, they changed the name into Mumbai. Because of the political Shiv Sena, stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you always want to do nursing, even as like a little girl?
I did not know what's nursing.
Oh.
And I finished my, I did not finish I was in year. India studies are a little different. Like here, you have 1 to 8 and 9 to 13 is college. Like in India, 1 to 10 and 11 to 15. So I was on my 14th year of college, and one of my aunts, she said, "Oh, why don't you go for nursing?" And she bought an application form for me, and I filled the form. Went for my writing test and for my oral test, like a Viva call, and got selected. And I didn't know what's nursing. And then but the more difficult part was when you join nursing. After 3 months, we have an exam, and if you fail that exam, then you can't continue. So you can't even go back to college. You can't even go back to nursing. So you're just wasting 1 year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But so I think in my whole life, that's the first time I studied very hard. I would say.
Jeez.
To pass that test.
Yeah, you got to pass it. You're wasting the whole year.
Yeah. But I got through. I don't know how, but I did get through. Because studying is not my cup of tea. I was not that great like my brother, my sister, they all science. But I was not that great, Even when exams and all, like everyone is studying in the nighttime, I hold the book, fall asleep. Yes. Everyone used to wake me up, come on, get up, study. I can't, because if I stay awake, I can't write anything for my exam next. I was really, even my school, colleges, like I remember my brother used to go and look for my results. I was too scared to go. And he's like, I can't believe how you pass. I was not that good. But because I was more into sports and music and all that stuff.
Okay, what sports?
Yeah, I used
Which sports did you play?
I used to play volleyball. I used to play. They had throw ball. I don't know. You don't have here
throw ball.
Throw ball. It's
What's
just,
that?
like 9 people throwing a ball, kind of thing. It was like same like volleyball.
I'm intrigued with this throw ball now, because I'll probably go home and try it. What is this? So 9 people are standing in a circle,
like how you play volleyball.
Yeah.
So like this is like throw ball. You're just holding and throwing it.
Mm-hmm.
But
another
volleyball,
person catches?
Yes,
okay.
other side of the team will catch the ball, and just like volleyball, but it's just a little different.
No net? Is it a net involved?
Yeah,
there's a net involved.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And my long jump, shot put, and discus. That was my main events I used to always win. Yeah.
So you probably can throw a punch. I'm assuming. If you did shot put. I'm assuming you probably got some power on those shoulders that I don't know about.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoyed my school, college. That was really nice days. I never forget. Yeah, and but I was more into, I used to sing. I used to go for orchestras and all that stuff. Yes, I used to sing. Yeah.
So all of these talents, and you somehow, some way ended up in nursing.
Yeah.
Wow. But then you obviously fell in love with nursing.
Oh, yeah. I love to serve people. I love to be with people. I love to help other people. I've done a lot, even people who I don't even know them.
Yes.
Yeah, and even someone's goes, oh, Vimal, there's this person there, and can you please help? I would never say no. Even our watchmen. How in India, Bombay, we have a building watchman. So even they get hurt or something, they used to come to me asking for. Have one guy, he broke his hand, and I had to take him to one of the government hospitals, stay with him, and ask the building manager to, help him with the finances and stuff too. Yeah, and I helped him to get his surgery done.
That's awesome.
And otherwise they don't come out for months and months, when they go to government hospital in India. So I used to help a lot of people there, and I love to do that. Even when I came here 2005 December.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, so with the timeline, I'm assuming that was it the career choice that kind of led you to New Zealand? Is that what it was?
No, actually, that time my sister was here, and my brother-in-law underwent spine surgery.
2005.
Yeah, and they had a baby 1 year old, so I just came here to help them. I didn't come to stay here.
More with the helping? Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
And my sister said that, why do you want to go back? Why don't you just, start working here? And they need a lot of nurses. And I got a job from the agency. They supported my work visa. I stayed. And English exam. IELTS. Nurses has to score big, what do you call the band scores?
Yeah.
I don't really understand why nurses I always had a problem with comprehension. I never get through in comprehension, because I don't know why nurses need comprehension 7 band like other countries do, 6.5 overall and general, but New Zealand wants academic. There's 7 in each. And if you don't get through one module, you have to repeat the whole 4.
What?
So again, you're paying another $600 to do the exam. So it's just kind of like I did 3 times, and then I said, no, I just gave up. I couldn't do it. And and I just started working as a clinical assistant, and worked in few hospitals because working from agency, so you kind of like going everywhere. Sometimes I lost where I was going, catching buses.
So you were working. Yeah, I did the same. So you were working here as a clinical assistant.
No, at the moment I work as a mental health support worker.
No, at the time. At the time.
That time.
At the time, you're working as a clinical assistant. So So how was your transition into New Zealand? Like, how was your immigration kind of transition?
That was 2006 when I did my visa.
Okay.
Those time was really easy. They used to give us work visa, which is difficult now. Okay. And they gave me 2 years of work visa. And I just kept working. Did my IELTS 3 times. I just couldn't get through comprehension.
Yeah.
That was really hard, I mean, and then the time, just 1 hour, 40 questions. You read the three big passages. I just can't do it. It's really hard, So everyone used to tease me, you're going to get a Guinness record doing IELTS. Oh, that was really hard for me. But and then 2008 December. No, 2007, my daughter came here. In 2008 December, I needed a holiday after 3 years, so I went back to India. And then a lot happened with my husband, and so much stuff happened. And I put my daughter to school there. I started working, but my daughter had a lot of problems studying there. She's very good in study, but studying here in New Zealand, going back to India was really a big change for her because there's nothing to study here and there's a lot to study in India. So there's competition and,
There's nothing to study here.
I mean, in the sense.
No, I'm just trying to understand. Like, I'm just trying to dissect that.
Like Indian education, like you got exams every week. They got a lot to write. They got, oral exams, writing exams. Every month they have exams. And every month? Every month they have exams, and every single kid in India goes for tuitions. It's like a competition between parents and the, so kind of like Shania had a big problem with that. So she was very good in studies. She will answer all those big questions, but she will not write anything. But she will write only the one-word answers. And I had to go to school all the time. Teacher calls me, oh, your daughter is very good. She knows all the answers, but she won't write the big question answers like 200. She won't write. She said, Mama, I can't write. I never write. In New Zealand, I was not writing for 3 years, and you expect me to write now? Okay. So she lost that, So, and then even when, big bench, 2 people sitting, 3 people, and she used to go like this. Again, go to school. Or your daughter is like not good with the neighbors. She always, I said, oh, well, can you make her sit alone by herself? She wouldn't like sitting with someone. And they did that also on a big bench. She was alone. So the 1 year, I said, okay, you finish your 1 year. But my relationship, nothing was working. There was so much like arguments and fights and living in a joint family. I said, no, I'll come back.
How long were you back in India anyway?
1.5 years.
And you came back here after that?
Oh, yeah. That was 2010, end of May. I came back here thanks to that 2 years work visa they had given that time. And which allowed me to come back.
So guess who else was landing here in 2010? Me. That was my first time in New Zealand.
Yeah.
2010.
And my manager from the agency, she was so lovely. She said, I said to her that, I'm coming back and can I get my job back? She said, oh, Vimal, don't worry. Your job is still on. You come and let us know when you're here and you can start working.
You had to apply for an extension on that work visa at the time?
No, I had a visa. So I could come back.
Oh, okay.
Because those times they used to give 2 years of work visa.
Oh, okay.
And from 2010, when I was doing my visas, it's just 1 year visa.
So when did you come back here to stay, like full time?
2010.
2010, and you were like, okay, I'm here. This is where it's going to be. And then you just went back to work.
Yeah.
And you were
Started working mental health.
Mental
That's
health.
the time I
What was
started
your
working
position in mental health?
Psych assistant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I could have done my registration, but the problem was for 2 months CAP course, like we had to do 2 months that registration course. Yeah. That's costing $14,000, and which I couldn't afford. And secondly, I had no support. So, and secondly, if I'm studying that time, the 2 months, I cannot work. So it's hard to look after my daughter. So.
I was gonna ask you about low points and high points of living in New Zealand, but you've already mentioned a couple of the low points. No, this is good. This is good. You've already mentioned a couple. I guess I'll be the devil's advocate and ask you, what has been the lowest point or the most disappointing thing in your immigration story?
Yeah, the money part, the fees is too high for everything here. Everything.
Like you mean like cost of living or the cost of immigration
cost of
applications?
Living, immigration applications, yes, because they first when I applied for my residency, that was 2011, I think. Yeah, and I don't know because I can't go. I don't have anybody here, and my sister had moved to Australia, and I was by myself with Shania, and I was working all the time. I don't know people. I can't go here there because I don't drive. I catch buses all the time. And I was feeling a lot of insecurity also that time, like I was, I have to go to work. How can I do this if I take leave? How I'm going to survive, how I'm going to, it's just kind of like made me a bit insecure also.
It would.
Yeah. And I didn't really had that friends, who can support me. And so I spoke to my manager, and she told me that this guy who's an immigration lawyer, and he's good. He will do the papers and blah blah blah. So I went, gave my papers. He charged me like $4,000.
$4,000.
Yeah.
To do what?
To do the residency. $4,000. Yeah.
$4,000.
Yeah, and then all my immigration fee. He asked me, because I easily trust people, and he asked me that, do you want to pay immigration your fee, or you want to pay me and you want me to? I said, I will pay you and you pay to the immigration. This is where I made a mistake. Yeah, and I was paying everything to him. And after 1 year, I'm not hearing anything from them, but after 1 year, I got an email saying that, you have no qualifications, so why we have to give you residency? And I'm like, what am I doing here if I have no qualification?
That must have been devastating.
Yeah, and that's the time I came to know this guy had lost his license.
Oh my God.
And he had
schemer.
And he has not done any of my work. I had to withdraw the paper. So I called him. I said to him, can you at least give me half of my money back because you've not done my job?
What did he say?
He said, oh, no, that's not in the contract. You signed the contract. I'm like, really?
What?
Yeah. They make us to sign some paper. It's my fault. I didn't read properly.
What's this guy's name? We're going to find him tonight.
Martin.
We're going to find him tonight. We're going to get your money back. We're going to do this. We're going to do the Chicago style.
He was in the news, actually.
He was in the news?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know. Because when I was talking to one of the nurses, he said, Vimal, this guy is on the news. Have you seen? Then he showed it to me.
Man.
And I was like, what? So anyway,
right.
started working again.
That ain't right.
Yeah, started working. And then 2015, 16. Yeah, 15 or 16. I again reapplied for my residency through another immigration advisor. She was good. She was doing all my work, and then went on for a whole year. And then the immigration was taking some ANZES code. It's an Australia-New Zealand code. But I really don't understand why they do that, because
what is it? It's called
some ANZES code. It's a job description, they take it. I had a job description saying community support worker.
Yeah.
That's the job description I had for my residency, because I do mental health, I do community and all that stuff. So Australian job description says community support worker combined with social worker. But in New Zealand, social worker is a totally different role.
That's right.
So it's nothing to do with community support worker. Yeah. So they declined my paper. And I lost my money again. And after like 2 months or so, I said, how can we do this, So
how much was this application?
This was, she was also charging me 4,000, but because I did not get my resume, she just took half the money from me. But I have paid all the immigration fee, even including 1,800 application fee plus levy fee. That's $800.
How many more people are actually just throwing money? Oh my gosh!
That's the thing I don't understand. When you know that when we give our application, everything is written in it. What's my job description? What's my title? Everything is there. How long I'm working? What sectors I'm working? Everything is written in that. And then why do they even start doing the papers for 1 year and you take all my money? Not only mine, there are a lot of people like me taking their money and you decline their paper after 1 year. And why do you even take the levy fee when you're not done my papers? That's wrong.
So we're talking about, this is actually pretty huge, because we're talking about, you think that's something systematically that needs to be changed within the immigration system.
Yep.
So this is a systematic operational issue. This is something that's systematically doing to people on a regular basis. Not maliciously, but it's a system that has not been tweaked, hasn't been changed to support the migrants that come in. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Because, for us being migrants, it's really difficult when, these type of policies, because they don't realize that how we pay, where we get the money from, what we do for that money, it's really not easy. Yeah. We work really hard for this money. Yeah. And some people even borrow. I've done that. I borrowed money to pay big fee. Yep. Yeah. So, so not easy. But then I'm not saying you have to give residency, but when we apply for expression of interest, that's the time whether my application, whether I can get residency or I don't get residency with this pay and this job description or job title or whatever, mentioned. So they shouldn't, they say, you're selected for the residency application, start doing your paperwork. And we start doing the paperwork, pay the fee and everything. And they go for whole year. That both the time, same thing happens. So both whole year, and then they decline. And I'm hoping that, it's
so
1
no
year.
communication in between that year? Like while you're waiting for the process, they don't really communicate that well?
Yeah. And I got that faith, I'm getting it. I can't even do anything, I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Just having that false hope. And then
exactly, yeah.
So you have a current application right now, right?
Now, I applied 2021 residency on the 1st of March. And this is another story. I don't know why I'm going.
Tell all. Spill the tea. We here for this.
I applied on the 1st of, I woke up 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I went to my friend because I don't have a laptop, so I had to use my friend's laptop. So I went all the way to Papatoetoe, poor my friend. She also woke up. So 4 o'clock I was in her house. We were sitting in front of the computer to do the, to apply first thing first, as they open. So we were literally sitting in front of that screen, for hours and hours. At last, 10 o'clock, I could start applying, 10 o'clock in the morning. And then after 2 months, I called immigration that, oh, is there any, I haven't heard anything about my papers. Is my paper allocated to the officer or things like that? They said to me, oh, we sent you email on the 9th of April and asking for your documents. I said, I haven't received any emails. But they had all wrong emails in their system, not my email. But they still did not send me any. I called, I can't remember, 10 times maybe, every time. And I really lost one day. I said to them, you know what? I waited for this opportunity for so many years and now I can do this. And you people are not even helping me. I said, this is not right. And then she said, oh, I understand your frustration. No, I'm not really. It's not about my frustration. I'm angry with this,
Yeah.
I said to her, but I was not losing my time. I was just still, because she's agent. I mean, they're agents, right? Taking calls. It's not their fault. So I said, can you at least talk to someone there to do something? Because she was trying to help me to log in on my tablet, but I just can't see any of my paper there. I said, I can't see. She said she can see. But I said, I can't see. And she said to send a complaint to online MBIE, I did that. Haven't heard anything. 1 month, 2 months, I haven't heard anything. And then I called again and again and again. One lady said, oh, you got a visa until next year, December. You don't have to worry. I said, what do you mean? I am worried because this is residency. I need this, I have lived here so many years and this is what I'm waiting for. And I need this. I've got a lot other stuff to do. So she said, oh, they will get back to you. They're very busy. They'll get back to you. They'll get back to you. Until today, I haven't. And this was just 3 weeks ago. I called again. And they said to me, they said you have to put urgent request.
Wow.
And I did that. I sent another email, all the screenshot, what says in that system when I log in. And I put an urgent request. I got email saying that, we are looking into this. Till today, I haven't heard from them. So I really don't know what's happening there. I don't even know whether I'm getting it. I don't know. I just someone said to me, oh, you go to the media, maybe that will help. I'm like, why should I go to media? So when I can do everything straightforward, if the immigration is, doing their job properly, then I don't have to go for media and stuff.
So this is
it's just a bit, I don't really know.
That's got to be so hard.
Because I want to do my registration as a nurse here, that I can do it.
It's slowing down your whole life. It's slowing down everything you want to do.
Yeah. My daughter studied here. She did her college. She studied from Oakland Girls Grammar. She came here. She was 7-year-old. She finished her studies and wanted to do her nursing, but first year to do health science here to do the nursing. And the fee is $32,000 per annum, and they ask for lump sum one payment. That was not possible for me, so I sent her to Canada to study. So over there, I did not have to pay that big money. First of all, secondly, I did not have to pay lump sum one payment. I could do it in 2 parts. So
she's gone again. So you're pretty much here by yourself.
Yeah.
Right
So
now.
yeah. So
Wow.
she went over there. She wanted to come back, but this residency is not doing anything. So I don't want her to give false hopes and bring her here and waste her career again. So she's still there.
Come on, Immigration New Zealand. Come on. So it's 16 years you've been in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And
people don't believe. They think that
on a work visa. On a work visa, so did you have to just keep reapplying on or extend that work visa?
You know how much money I'm paying?
I can't even imagine.
$495 each visa now, work visa.
Wow.
$495. That's a lot of money every year to renew that, visa. And it's just a bit complicated at the moment.
Okay.
And my work, I was working always in a mental health sectors or prison mental health. I was with the 60 boys for 9 months. I've done all challenging work, with these people, drug and alcohol detox and whatnot. MIK,
You're
I was
making a
working
difference. You're making a difference.
Yeah.
You're not just here working at a bar. You're making a difference.
Yeah, 2 years I was working MIQ facility.
Every job you've had since you've been here, you've been in a very community, is making a difference in the community.
Yes.
So well, look, let's switch gears. Bring our blood pressure down a little bit.
I'm hoping that,
Let's switch gears. Let's talk about a couple of highlights. So what are some of the things you love about Kiwi culture?
Yeah, I love here because beautiful country.
Yeah.
People are nice. People, the one thing I admire that you don't have to know people here. They will still greet you. Hello, good morning. Even people who are passing by, they're so lovely, Like we're in India, we don't say hello to the strangers, which is really good. And
it's like America.
Yeah. The haka before haka, I was thinking, what are they doing?
The haka?
Yeah. I used to get scared. I mean, the way it's nice, the way but first when I was watching, I used to get really scared.
Hey, it's scary.
But I watched only in the TVs.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's intense. When they're sitting there slapping their chest and slapping.
I know. I was like, why they're so violent, Yeah, I even asked myself, why they're so violent? And don't laugh in front of them. But when I was working in Mount Eden prison, after 9 months, when I was leaving that unit, all the 60 boys, they made me stand in front of them and they all did haka and, they sang Ayachira song. I was like, that was really overwhelming, The guy, the social worker who was working there more than 40 years, he said to me, you know what, Vimal, there's so many nurses came here and went, but these boys did nothing like that to them, but they really honored you.
That's awesome. I've never had that happen to me yet. I do want it to happen, but it just shows that you have a heart of servanthood. Like you'll have a heart of a servant. So obviously they're gonna honor you and make you feel special. I mean, hopefully I actually serve enough people and make enough of an impact to have that happen. I've seen it happen to people who are honored. It's just the honor to see. It's very emotional and it's really cool. If you were to close off this part of the conversation with some tips or tricks or hacks to future migrants, people who are thinking about moving to New Zealand, what would you say to those people?
I would say only one thing: plan before coming, because you don't want to
plan financially or plan
everything, even everything. The job. Because Lord, I lived in this hostel where all the students lived. I was there for a few months with them, and I was like talking to them, and I do know how hard for them paying such a huge amount of money to study here, but they get no jobs and they go away, which is a bit painful.
Yeah.
So I know this is a small country, but they should, even when they're paying such a big amount of money, at least give them some job and make them, keep them here. They work hard. All overseas people, they work hard.
They do.
So don't let them go,
Yeah,
so,
have to value them the same way.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Okay. This is the part of the show that I love because I get to eat. And I love eating.
Yeah.
So I just really wanted to highlight culture. This show is all about celebrating culture and just really, digging into people's experiences and culture. I think I entitled this episode "Tastes Like Home" is because I think it's important that, even though you've had a very crazy story of moving from one place to another, and I think you and anybody else who come from another country, you still want to eat like home. You want to, and food is one of those things that just makes you feel like home. it reminds you of something about food. It reminds you of home. It just so my first question to you in regards to food, because we actually everything we do as people is surrounded by food, whether it's a funeral or it's a wedding or it's a baby shower, or it doesn't matter what it is, whatever it is, food is always at the centerpiece of it. So so if you want to have a quick chat about that and some of your favorite food experiences here in New Zealand, because this is a place full of a lot of cultures and a lot of different cuisines. Do you have any experiences you want to share around that?
I never had any Asian food before, apart from Indian food in India. I love Korean food, Thai. It's so good. I mean, food is good. I love food. My daughter, she's very foodie. Mm-hmm. She likes food. Because of her, I had to cook every day at home. Okay. Because she won't eat the previous day food. She wants every day different. So I had to cook every day pretty much.
Really?
Yeah. My mom is a very good cook, but I never learned anything from her. But then I just started my own cooking. But I used to watch them doing it, and I just kind of, because if I ask, oh, mom, give me recipe, they just put like this. There's no
direction?
No, no measurement, nothing.
No measurements.
So it's really hard for me. So I said, I think I should start doing my own thing. And and I love to cook. I really love to cook.
So who taught you how to cook?
Nobody, actually. First, when I started, I finished my nursing. When I came Bombay, I didn't even know the names of the ingredients. Because in India, my parents, they never allowed us to go to the kitchen. Even when we were in school, our maid used to get a lunchbox, hot lunch in the lunchtime to school. So we never entered the kitchen, you know. So we never knew. I never knew cooking, actually. But then I had to learn the ingredients first to cook. I used to call my aunt and say, oh, Aunt, I want to cook this. How I'm going to do it? What do you want me to bring? Then she used to give me recipe on the phone, and I used to write down, go to the supermarket and get a cumin, and I used to write cumin on that, and so I know what is cumin. So, it was a bit, But then I just started cooking. I love cooking. Then I wanted to, share my food to other people and stuff. And that's the time, I joined Horizon Church. And then they have cafeteria, so I can start cooking.
Yes.
And and every Saturdays, I used to cook for one family, but sometimes was not possible. So,
Okay. Well, look, so that goes in line with what you like to do. You like to serve people. So you've actually brought a little something here for me to try.
This is lamb, So, in India, I only knew mutton. We call it mutton.
What's mutton? This.
So I don't know.
Oh, mutton, like lamb.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know, lamb, goat. Here you got lamb, goat.
Yeah.
So that we don't say goat or lamb anything in India. It's just one, mutton.
Okay. So this is lamb curry.
Yeah, lamb curry.
Lamb curry.
Yeah.
Okay, and you made this, obviously.
Yeah.
And is this one of your favorite dishes you like to make, or is there any traditional or specific cultural piece behind it?
Because India is so big. So every, North India has got different food. South India has different food. West has different food. So it's still different in India. Indian food is different.
I actually was going to get to that. We'll get to that. That actually was my second question, but I'm going to taste.
Yeah, you should actually. This is just a simple one I made, but there are some complicated dishes too. So long process.
Looks like it's tomato based, yeah? Like a tomato based one?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
But there is tomato puree in it.
That was so good. Oh my gosh.
It's spicy?
No.
Indian food is spicy. So.
But I love spice.
You do?
I can take it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is.
But tomorrow it will taste more better. All this, sorry.
No. I like it. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I just wasn't. It came. It was like a subtle. It was like a subtle spice.
Yeah.
It came in subtly.
Yeah.
It snuck.
That's the difference between like Indian food and the Asian food. Asian food like use more of a sauce thing. But Indian food we use a lot of herbs. No sauce at all.
So, okay. So tell me the difference. Okay. So because I love curry.
Yeah.
You may or may not have known that curry is my favorite food of all time. And it's not something that we specifically ate a lot of in Chicago, where I'm from. You know, because I would tell my parents that I love curry. They're like, what's curry? Though? It's not. It's like, but I really love it. So I see a lot of onion.
Yeah.
Which is also something I love. So can you explain some of the differences between South Indian, West Indian, North Indian, East Indian?
South India makes more of that's called dosa. That's a pancake.
So this bread?
Yeah, that's pancake. It's called dosa.
Dosa?
Mine never comes round. It comes like a world map, so.
No. This one looks pretty round.
Yeah.
This looks good.
Yeah.
It's like
and it's healthy. It has got semolina and a little bit rice powder in it.
It's like a crepe.
Yeah.
So what's the main ingredients here?
Semolina. Semolina. What do you call it? Semolina? It's in English. Semolina.
What's semolina?
You may have to Google it. I may not be able to.
Gosh.
Yeah, semolina is really nice.
Good.
Yeah, semolina and rice flour and coconut milk.
I know you're not on camera, man, but you gotta get some of this, man. This is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Need a tissue paper?
No. I was gonna lick my fingers.
You do? We do that too.
This is so good.
Yeah, we do that too.
Wow. So we have the mutton. Actually, you know what? I'm trying to remember, and I'm still on camera. I done went to my happy place. I love curry. So like the main differences in the cuisine, because I noticed that, because like I was going to ask you about the cuisine here. Indian food, which I eat a lot of.
Yeah.
I just had some last night actually for dinner. I had dough piazza.
Yeah.
I had a dough piazza, and this time I decided to be brave and go Indian hot.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go Indian hot. I'm fine, not a problem. And the guy, you know, he looks at me because I eat there on a regular basis, and he looks at me. He's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, yeah, bring it on. I want dough piazza Indian hot, and he brought it out. I took
Indian hot.
Well, they call it Indian hot there. Like that. So there's mild, there's medium hot, Indian hot.
Yeah.
They have their own categories. I was like, man, bring me the Indian hot, trying to be tough. And I had 2 bites. Man, I kid you not. My eyes were watering, and I was having the hiccups. You know what's bad when you got the hiccups? When you start like having an asthma attack, and you didn't even have asthma. Like that's what it was like. And I was like, hey, can you bring me some yogurt? Can I have just a little cup of yogurt? And I'll finish this, I swear. He's like, yeah, bring me some yogurt. When they brought the yogurt, I was able to finish it. But it definitely, it humbled me.
No, when you eat Indian food, never ask for Indian hot. I can't eat myself. Like people from Sri Lanka, Kerala, they all eat too spicy. I can't eat that. I can eat up to here. That also makes me, you know.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but ask for like medium.
I think Indian hot curry probably could cure COVID. I think we probably should have just had that in bulk and just dispensed it out to the whole world. Yeah. And let everybody eat hot curry. Everybody who had COVID, so they ate that curry, it would have flushed everything right out. Yeah. I really believe that, because whatever that thing touches, it just burns you up. Yeah. But I do have cayenne. I heard cayenne has health purposes as well. Cayenne pepper. I do cayenne water. Like if I have a tummy issue.
Yeah.
Cayenne water.
Yeah.
I feel so much better after. Like I had food poisoning when
you have food poison, you just cumin.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, boiled cumin. If you can put a little bit ajwain in it and boil it nicely and drink that water, it will settle you straight away.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I digress. I'm pulling you away.
Yeah,
so basically,
no, that's okay.
With stuff like this, so you are from southern India.
Yeah.
So this would be a traditional flavor of southern India. So if I went to southern India, in any random spot, and I got lamb curry, it would taste similar to this. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So what would be the main differences? And do you see any differences here in New Zealand?
Here you do get good Indian food, but still it wouldn't taste same like India.
Go on.
I mean,
I'm busy over here. You talk, I eat. That's how this works.
That sounds good. So like the what do you call the herbs? We prepare ourselves. We wash them, dry them, grind them. It's a bit long process. That tastes more good than you get in the supermarket packets. So but the best Indian food you get in Paradise. I don't know if you heard of it.
I've heard of Paradise. People keep bringing it up, and I've never had the privilege.
Oh, you should go.
Of going there.
You should go. They've got the best food, actually. Yeah.
I've heard of Paradise, and it's been years, and people keep bringing it up, and I'm never on that side of town. Like that's the thing. I don't really spend much time.
It's in Sandringham.
I'm never over there. I know exactly where it is. I've Googled it several times because people know that Myron loves Indian food. So they just figure, hey, man, you got to go to Paradise. I'm like, I know. I just haven't been out of time. So why is it so authentic?
Some of the places, I don't really know all the Indian takeaways here anyway. Only few I know, but some of them, they use too much oil, which I don't like.
Too much oil?
Too much oil floats in the curries. I don't like that. But they're good. I'm not saying bad. They're really good. Even there's bawarchi in some Sandringham. That's also nice. But I prefer better in Paradise, the curries.
Do you feel like the
quantity, quality, everything, price-wise?
The Indian population here is very large.
Oh, yeah.
And do you feel like as the Indian population increased over time, do you think the authentic cuisine also got better over time?
Looks like it, yeah.
Because it's just, I wouldn't know the difference. I mean, that's why I'm talking to you about it.
Yeah.
And I've also known other Indian people. But the cool thing about Indian people, so many different flavors of Indian people. It's so many different, you guys are Punjabi, you got some people. It's just so many different things happening. Yeah. And the
North Indians, they use a lot of ghee, like clarified butter. You know what's clarified butter?
No.
Yeah, it's ghee. It's healthy actually, but they use a lot in their food. North Indians. Yeah, so when I do use clarified butter only for chicken and some vegetables, but these meats and all, I always use olive oil for a good healthy purpose, but it doesn't look like it.
No, you're beautiful. Don't do that.
So and coconut oil for some vegetables. We use a lot of coconut oil in South India. Pretty much everything is done in coconut oil.
Okay.
Because we have in South India, everyone has coconut trees.
Oh.
And we get fresh coconut oil. In my parents' house, we have 50 coconut trees.
Okay.
And we remove the coconut and we dry them and take it to the mill, the oil mill, and they take the oil. It's fresh. You should see the smell. But the only sad part is that New Zealand doesn't allow us to bring it here when we go to India.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but in the airport they just kind of used to before, years ago, I think, but because my sister used to, but not anymore.
Well, I thought coconut oil or coconut milk and all those things would subside the spice, but actually that spice is coming through even harder. And it's like I can hear a guy laughing at me, but I'm saying it's really good. I like spicy food though. That's the thing.
But if you eat this tomorrow,
it'll be more spicy.
No, less spicy.
Less spicy. So you just made it so it's heat dependent.
Because I just did it at 3 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, it's still warm.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. Are you gonna have some?
No.
So you made this just with me in mind?
Yes.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Just for you.
I have a love affair with curry. I just it's that, and then Thai food is right under it.
I love Korean food. I love Thai food.
Thai food is like
yeah,
some good
but
Thai.
They use I used green chili in it. So that's the spice actually you get in.
I didn't taste it right away. Like I literally put the fork in, it tasted one in my mouth,
later.
And you do not feel that
until
3 seconds later, and that spice comes in like, hey, surprise, I'm here. And it's just like I've been here the whole time. But you didn't know.
Normally in lamb we use yogurt, but since you have dairy.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I'm lactose intolerant. I can't.
So that's why I had to use coconut milk in it.
It's delicious, and I really appreciate you bringing this. So this is pretty much. Would this be a traditional dish?
Yeah, but even if you eat with the rice, you won't feel that spicy. So.
No, I'm gonna eat it anyway. I love curry. Even when I was struggling at the Indian restaurant the other day,
you still ate it.
I still ate it. I still ate every bit of it. Like that's how much.
Kidding me? I wouldn't.
Every bit of it. As soon as they brought out the yogurt, because the yogurt helps.
Yeah.
For those who you listening and watching,
you do eat yogurt.
It was the plain yogurt. It was.
So plain yogurt, you can have it.
Yeah. So it's different levels of lactose intolerance. So like. You have people who have, even if they have a little cheese, they have, issues for the whole week.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I'm like probably on the mild level. Like I can eat an ice cream cone, but I have to drink a lot of water afterwards to avoid nausea. But if I drink a lot of water afterwards, I'm fine.
Right.
Or if but it's something about fresh cream. When something is fresh, with ice cream, they've done stuff to it. They pasteurized, they've done a whole bunch of stuff to it. Fresh cream, I'm done.
I don't use cream in any of my food actually.
Okay, so I'll probably get curry from you every week then. Okay?
Yeah, you can.
If that's all right with you?
Yeah, no problem.
Just,
yeah, no problem.
I'm pretty sure we can arrange that.
I never use fresh any cream because there are a lot of people who has dairy issues or gluten issue and things like that. So I always.
But what is this made of? What is this made of?
The semolina and a rice flour.
What is semolina?
Semolina is like a small.
I want to Google it now.
Yeah, it's like
How do you spell it?
SEMO.
SEMO.
LINA.
What is it made?
It's healthy actually.
It's the coarse purified wheat mildings of drum wheat, mainly using couscous. So it's wheat, pretty much. It's wheat grains.
Yeah.
I will be buying this. I didn't even know such a thing existed. Because if you could just
make a lot of stuff in semolina, like you can even make it as a savory, like semolina, with some rice flour, cuts onion finely, tomatoes fine, chilies. I wouldn't say if you want.
No,
you don't
bring it in. I'm not afraid of it. I like the abuse that happens to me when I eat this stuff.
Mix all of them, put some coconut milk and water and just whatever consistency, thick or little bit watery, and then mix everything nicely, put salt in it, or you want to put a little sugar, you can add a little sugar and make it sweet.
Nice.
And pan. I fry that with the olive spread.
We have a couple of curry lovers watching and listening right now. So why don't you share the recipe with him, please?
Lamb curry. Yeah.
So this is a lamb curry.
Yeah.
Did you have the recipe for this too? Or?
Yep.
Okay, so
that's easy.
Vimal's going to share the recipe. I'm going to shut up now so she can share the recipe.
So 750 gram lamb. Put a little oil. If you want more oil, more. I just add 2 tablespoons oil. And when it is little hot, I add cardamom, 4 pods, and 10 to 15 peppercorn, and then bay leaves, 2 or 3, and fry for a minute or 2, and then add onions, at least 3 to 4 onions. Fry them till it becomes a little brown. Right? Brown? Yeah.
Well, if it's, I mean,
light brown.
Like caramelized type thing.
Yeah. And then add this lamb in it and mix it in a high flame for 5 minutes. And then what you do? Then you add ginger garlic paste, salt, mix it nicely, and then add turmeric, chili powder, coriander powder, add tomato puree, and 2 green chilies, which I added, made it spicy, but you can skip that, no problem. And
don't skip that.
Yeah, mix everything and let it cook for like 5 to 10 minutes or so. And then you add yogurt, but I added coconut milk. I did not add yogurt.
Okay.
And then if there is bone, I normally use meat with bones, like lamb with bones or chicken with bones, like I like bones because that gives more taste of that bone soup comes out. It gives more taste.
Okay.
So if there's a bone, if you want to use the pressure cooker, you can put in a pressure cooker and give 5 whistles or something. A lot of Indians use pressure cooker.
Okay.
But I don't use pressure cooker because these lamb here, they cook quickly. You don't have to wait that long for 5 whistles or thing. So I just cook it more longer. And then once it is cooked, I add garam masala, 1 teaspoon, and coriander leaves and mint leaf. Mint leaf is very important with lamb. And mix it nicely and let it cook how tender you want. Very simple recipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was always under the impression that you needed to mix everything together first as a paste and then let that cook for an hour.
Yeah.
First. And then
not even an hour because this lamb doesn't take much time to. But what I do before starts cooking lamb, I wash I've got a bad habit. I wash every single meat. It's just psychologically.
I do that as well.
But some don't.
You're right. Some people
don't. Yeah, I've seen that. So I wash that and I add a little bit vinegar and salt, mix it nicely and keep it for like 10-15 minutes and then wash it again.
Yeah. That I don't do. I would love to try it though.
Yeah. So that pulls all the salt, vinegar in the meat and, gives more taste to that. Right? Yeah. Or you can even, after washing, add some ginger garlic paste and salt and just leave it for 2 hours or so, an hour or 2 or so. Yeah.
Man.
And then you can eat with rice or you can eat with pancakes or call it Indian pancakes. But that's just very easy. Like I put 2 tablespoons. No.
Because I only know naan bread. I only know naan bread. That's all I know to eat with.
I don't really like naan bread because they're made of, that standard flour. It just kind of, you can't keep it and make out and eat later. You just have to eat straight away. So these can be eaten tomorrow. You can just put it in the fridge, just warm it.
Well, I don't know if it's going to make it through the night, to be honest. I'm probably going to eat this as soon as my wife goes to sleep. I'm probably going to eat this. But thank you so much for sharing your story and sharing your culture, your beautiful culture, your beautiful soul. You're such a servant heart and a loving person and a gem to have in New Zealand. So thank you.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be here.
It's been awesome. It's been awesome. So look, I'm going to go ahead and sign us off and thank you guys for watching episode 2. Okay. All right. I'm extremely full now after eating that delicious curry and also extremely full emotionally after listening to that wonderful story from Vimal. We just can't get anything better than that. And I appreciate the listeners and those who are watching on YouTube and all the rest of the platforms as well, any streaming platforms you're watching on. Thank you for your support. This is season 2, and this was episode 2. Be on the lookout for episode 3. More engaging content on the way. But I want to give a big thank you to Oranga, Ministry of Ethnic Communities, Navigators, and the Campfire Studios for providing this amazing facility. I'm Myron Turner, and we're signing out. Thank you. Watch again.